Okay. So as we arrive here today in this moment, let's really arrive here today in this moment. So just feeling into your body, feeling what it feels like to be you at this moment with as much equanimity and generosity for yourself as possible, and let go of whatever happened yesterday and let go of whatever's going to happen later, and try to stay present with yourself, present with your experience throughout this whole class. And a great way to do it is just by tuning into what you're feeling as we're moving, what you're feeling as we're doing things. So let's start standing. Oh, there's a little mini cat battle happening over here, which probably will not come on camera, but we'll see. Oh, they're really funny. Inhale, open, reach up to the heavens. And exhale, let it go. Think about like when you see cats or dogs like get up first, the kind of stretch they do, and invite that kind of stretch into your body. Like a really internal nervous system radiating outward stretch and release, just opening up the inside of the body towards the outside of the body and giving space from the outside of the body to the inside of the body. The container, the outside, and the contents, everything inside. Getting some movement. A couple more times. Inhale, open. Reach it out and up. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. Stretch it out and up. And exhale, let it go. We're just going to turn our head from side to side. So turning your head from side to side, taking in your environment. See the space around you. Also, with as much equanimity as possible. Like it's easy to look at the space and go, oh my God, I need to clean this, or oh, the dust or whatever. And actually, I did hear an excuse from somebody that didn't want to get down on the floor because there's too much dust. Like, okay, if there's too much dust down there, clean your floor and then get down on the floor. Cleaning is also great exercise. All right, let's take it in. You're going to take your finger right out in front of you, and you're going to keep looking at your finger and turn your head one way and then turn your head the other way. Keep looking at the finger, but turn your head side to side. So we're just really moving the head, and the eyeballs are staying connected to the finger. I don't know if you can see me, but hopefully you're just looking at your own finger. And then we're going to keep the finger there. Chin goes down. Keep looking at the finger. Chin goes up, keep looking at your finger. Focus on the finger, nod your head. Good, let that go. Head goes up, head goes down. Arching, chest lifting, head dropping downward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but there's definitely a massive battle going on out there. Oh. Sorry, hold on one second. I just need to do some separations. Normally I let them have their battles, but sometimes. Okay, you can stop it. Hey. Leave her alone. And go. I see you. You go on. Sorry. The big one picks on the little one, but she then scratches him in the face. So it's like, of course, they're all just going to go. And the white ones, they're watching it all too and involved. So it's a battle. Normally she has places that she can go and get into, and Gaylord can't get there because he's too fat. Anyway, let's go back to the eyes. So this time with the eyes, we're going to do the diagonals, up one corner, down the other. So with your head staying stable, you can take your hands on your head if you need to, just moving your eyes on that diagonal. Switch it to the other diagonal. And then come back in big circles around with your eyes. I can feel how much my head wants to move. And change direction, go the other way. Good. And then let that go, and let's circle our head. If it hurts to go to the back, then just go to the front. You can go front side. And as you go to the back, try not to kind of like let it just drop down there like that. You want to think of lengthening out so your spine is long as you're circling your head around. Go ahead and change direction, go the other way if you haven't changed direction. You can keep changing direction whenever you feel like you need to. Like do like 3 maybe in one direction, 2 or 3, and then 2 or 3 in the other direction. Let's start to add our shoulders. So the chest is going to lift on top and the shoulders are going with the head, just circling around, feeling like pretty stable in your lower body without any extra clamping or gripping. And change direction, letting the shoulders go with it. Chest is opening as you go up. So I'm taking a little arch up there, but I'm supporting my head so it's not totally dropping back. Long neck. Good. And then coming in. So now we've really moved our visual, we've worked with the visual, and we've also worked with the vestibular, right? Moving our head around. Let's do some big movement with our whole body. Opposite arm to leg, crossing over, contralateral movement. I'm going elbow to knee. Mid-limb initiation. Mid-limb, elbow and knee, initiating the movement, drawing across the body with a big weight shift from side to side. Let's take this to a longer line. So your knee can still be bent, but you're trying to touch your foot right out in front of your body. And then taking it to the back. Hand to foot in the back, cross body. Oh, I can hear Gaylord now is upstairs crying. Or it's not really crying, it's more like meowling. Meowling. And let that go. Come in. Big circles with the shoulders. Shoulders coming up to your ears. I'm bending and straightening my knees. I'm going to add the elbows. Take it to the wrists. And then out through your fingers. Fly, little eagle. I did see an eagle as I was driving here the other day. It must have been a very young one because it wasn't that big, but white head, white tail, black body. Or it was so cool. Not black, dark brown, whatever. All right, coming forward the other way, shoulders. Up and over, big shrug. Mobilizing your scapula on your back. Add the elbows, up and over. Into the wrists. It's your Dracula pose as you come in there, and then out through the fingertips. Good, so now you really moved your rotator cuff. Open your feet wider, you're gonna interlace your fingers, squeeze them together. So, and then pull your elbows out. So if I let go of my fingers, my hands are really gonna pop open because I'm really pulling. Hands over your head, circles around the crown of your head with your hands. Elbows are pulling out, side, side. You're not trying to straighten your arms, you're bending so that the elbows are going to the side, and change direction other way. Let your ribcage, lungs, and heart move around inside of this. So we're pulling on those wings of the heart, wings of the lungs, our fingers, and let it go. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Taking the arms out to the side, you're gonna spiral in, one, and the other one spirals out. So internal and external rotation. We're having our moment of jazz 101. If we were really doing it, we'd walk. So feel free to do the step pattern with that. If you're having enough of a problem thinking about what the arms are doing, don't do the stepping. But if you've got it, even if it's different than what I'm doing, just go for a little bit more movement. Good, and come in. Let's do just these swings. So you're bending and straightening, swinging your arms. We're doing a lot of arms and rotator cuff things to start out. And then you're gonna let your arms keep going up over the top. So they swing and then go up over the top. Swing and keep it going. Swing, swing, swing. We're gonna start at the top and change direction. If you aren't sure which direction you were going before, it should feel a little bit different. And we could also start at the bottom and change direction, right? So this one, I'm not sure. You can go back and forth, play with it. Good, and relax. And if your brain just didn't quite take that in this time, don't worry about it. This is not a reflection or a moral judgment on your capacities as a human being. Let's open your feet wide, circles with your pelvis. But the more expansive we can be in our relationship to space, the more we're opening our brains up to, right? We are moving the body, moving the mind. Change direction. And the more we can like take in what's going going on around us without like an obsessive clasping and control freak need to fix everything, the more our system can downregulate, right? Oh, it's okay. I can be here on the planet because it's not my problem to fix everything. Just, my parents used to say, worry about the things that you can change and not the things that you can't. But that's the wisdom, right? To know the difference. What can you change? What can't you? Knees over your toes. Feet are slightly turned out. Bend your knees, straighten up. Bend. Push into the floor. I'm holding the space. So I'm turned out. My spine is long, but I'm not going for a perfect 180-degree turnout in my legs. I do not have that much turnout. And my hands are slightly in front of me. Knees over your toes. Just building up those muscles, big muscles in your legs, quads. Maybe you're using your butt, rotators in your butt as well, ideally. We're going to go down and stay down. One heel up and then the other. One heel and the other. Let's add an arm. Up and up. Just a little body half coordination. One side, then the other. Heel and arm. Heel and arm. Shoulders relaxed. Long neck. 5. Why did I start 5? 4, 3, 2, 1, and one extra one. And then come into parallel. Bend your knees. Take it forward. Bent knees. Shift from side to side. Free up your spine. Let your head drop down. Head, tail, freedom. Movement through your head-tail connection, which is through your spine, but it's more than just your spine because we're also including your head, your cranium. So letting yourself shift. Bend one knee, bend the other, bend them both. Not going for our hugest hamstring stretch yet. But let's come into parallel. Bend your knees, roll it up. We're going to take our arms up and then bend your knees, take it down, press to the ceiling. Taking it down, press it up. I'm sticking my butt out and up. Butt is reaching back. My whole foot is on the floor. And I mean, my weight is distributed through my whole foot. I'm not back on my heel. I'm not on the front of my toes. I'm whole footing it. Like this is our preparation to jump really high. But we're not jumping. We can imagine we're jumping. We're shooting the basket. We're hitting it into the basket. The basketball. Last one. Good. And let's take it down to the floor. There we go. Taking it all the way down to the floor. We're going to start really easy. Coming into a landing onto the floor. Coming in for a landing. Let the weight of your body drop down. Nothing to hold up away from the floor. Let yourself melt and spread. So the fascia, muscle fiber, fluids in your body are all just kind of melting away from the bones, dropping into the floor, giving you access to a little bit more relaxation in your body. Take a deep breath in. Let it out with a sound, like a ha sound or a sound. Shake out your spine. Shake out the head, tail, jiggle, relax the whole body of water as much as you can. Deep breath in, shake, jiggle, let go. One more, melt, soften into the floor, and then just easy, relax, let your legs fall from side to side. So I'm massaging out my butt and my sacrum, my lower back. If you need more padding here, add a towel, something underneath you, another mat. But ideally, we want to be able to relate to the floor with less padding. Like if I don't have anything underneath me and I can gently move from side to side without a lot of pain, that's going to be really massaging out my tissue from the inside and the outside, right? My bones on the inside, the floor on the outside, sandwiching my back body. And then let's take this into a full body half. So you're going to roll onto one side and relax. Smear yourself across to the other side. Spreading the schmear on the bagel. What is a schmear? It is cream cheese for you non-New York people. A smear of cream cheese across the bagel, side to side. Let your head and neck relax. Relax your jaw. Very gentle and friendly movement from side to side, pouring your inner body from side to side. As effortless as possible, just letting the water, like an internal wave, is just rolling slowly across to the other side. Face is relaxed, neck is relaxed. When I have a lot of tension in my back and in my shoulders, I can't keep my head on the floor here. It pops off. So we're working towards melting into the floor. And then let's bring it back into center. And a lot of times people have that kind of bracing response where they're just bracing their body. Oh, lots of tension. Just melt and spread. Let go. If you need more padding, get more padding. So it might take a while, and it might never happen that you can work with less padding underneath you. And, as an older person, meaning over 50, I need padding under my knees if I'm going to do things. Like, I don't need to push myself in that way. But with this rolling, you might want to start taking out stuff and see, can I be okay on a harder surface just to massage out those big bands of connective tissue, hydrating the back body. All right, pelvis is going to come up, circles with your hips, easy circles. Pushing the floor away, working the muscles of the back body, hamstrings, glutes, and back, but not working them because I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to work my hamstrings. Just working because you're making the circle, right? Like you can feel them working by tuning into sensation. You don't need to make them work harder. Change direction. Efficient movement is not working as hard as you can, right? We don't want to go to the bank and just give them, or not the bank. We don't want to go buy something and be like, I have this much money, I'm going to spend it all. Like, no, we want to go, oh, what's the best deal for this thing? Let me just spend that. Let me not spend all my money on the one thing. I don't know, this is a bad analogy, but your energy, you don't want to spend it all working harder than necessary, right? Come into center and you're just going to do a little push-pull. Your feet should be or your lower leg is fairly perpendicular to the floor. Try to get your pelvis right between your knees and your shoulders. Feeling the shift in your muscles as you push and pull. Good, and release it, roll it down through your spine, come into the floor. Deep inhale, fill up. Big exhale, let go. Taking your hands on your knees, big circles with your knees. Lubricating up your hip sockets. Greasing up that ball and socket joint where your femur head is coming into your hip socket. And change direction. So we're getting that synovial fluid in there, which is the fluid in the joints that keeps them healthy and greasy, right? Ready to move. And it's a use it or lose it fluid. Like if we aren't moving very much, our body doesn't build very much. But if we move a lot, our body builds it, right? Our body responds to the demands we put on it. And our body likes those demands to come in slow. So we don't do something super intense and impossible for us, and then we can't move for 2 weeks or we get injured. We want to go slow with these changes. All right, slide your feet a little further away from you. So there's like fairly big space between your sit bones and your heels. Press it up again, and we're going to push, pull there. So pushing, pull on the diagonal. Ooh, hamstring is, oh, hello. I am getting a cramp. I'm going to go back up and try it again with flexed feet, which is actually easier. So flex your feet if you need to. I'm not going to do it with my feet down because I'm sure I'm going to cramp up again. But if you can, go ahead and try putting your feet down and then flex them up. Feel the difference between those two versions, with your feet down, with your feet flexed. And then release, roll it down through your spine, and take your legs up in the air and just give them a shake. You can hit the back of your hamstrings, jiggle, loose, back of the calves. You don't want to beat yourself up, but you just want to send like a rhythm of vibration through the muscles and the fascia. Let's take a happy baby from there. If you can't, grab your feet, grab your knees. Imagine that you're a happy baby. What would it feel like if you, in this moment, were a happy baby? Imagine into that. Invite that sensation into your body. Like, don't have all the extra stuff that's going to happen. You're like, no baggage. or a very light little tiny like makeup bag of baggage that the baby has. And then come up, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let's point our toes and do smallish circles, like maybe soccer ball size circles. If you can't straighten your legs, then do this with bent knees, but if you can, really reach through your legs. Let's let it get a little bit bigger, beach ball or physio ball size. And a little bit bigger, into whatever range of motion you've got. If you're popping and clicking, make it smaller and more precise. So if your joints are popping and clicking, just make it a little bit smaller. Oop, knee in the plant. And relax, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. As you're laying there, just imagine your own mind's eye, feel that connection of your sort of your waist area between the upper and lower body. So feeling that connection. Sometimes people feel very disconnected at various parts of their body. So just as we're in here and we're moving, and you can probably feel your body, feel how connected it is. One body, right? One body mind working together. And hopefully your body mind is working with you, right? So this is like that importance of positive self-talk, that you're not like pulling the rug out from your own self all the time. Let's take our knees up, spiraling, being kind to yourself, and also forgiving yourself. If you make a mistake, oops, let it go. Working towards integration and growth and feeling good about you is probably the most worthwhile thing you can do in your life for everyone around you, especially your kids, but also your partners, your relationships. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and put in the effort, do the work to take care of your body and your mind. Eat healthy, sleep enough, drink water, come in, see friends, do social things, right? I think we've culturally, as the digital technology has taken over so much of our lives, people are often making a choice to just sit by themselves and watch a movie as opposed to seeing friends, which may sometimes be a good idea, but make sure you're also getting out there and being in community, whether that means like, I don't know, what it can mean a lot of different things. Hands behind your head, crossing over. Join a choir. I am in a choir. I also have a band. I also have a dance company, like a maximalist here. I do all the things. And I really like being in community with people where I'm making things, where I am creatively engaged. So, but it might be church. It might be, your Sangha. It might be your meditation group. Find groups that make sense for you. Or maybe it's like a language group, like, oh, there's French club, whatever. Or the dog walkers. Faster, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Melt. The other thing, it's interesting because I actually feel like when I go on my walks, just relax, let your body relax, free flow movement, whatever you need to do. I'm just rolling and reaching. When I go on my walks, I feel like I have relationships, like part of my community is this town and the places I walk. Like, I don't even mean the people. I mean like the trees and the air and the sun. I feel very interwoven with them. And seeing how they're different from day to day, how the weather's different, how the light is different, how the shadows are different, the temperature, all that stuff is like really enriching for me. It makes me feel good. So it might be that that's where you're going to get that nourishment. But we all need a lot of nourishment to thrive, right? A lot of healthy nutrition of relationship with the world, relationship with other people, relationship with ourselves. How we speak to ourselves is heard by every cell in our body. All right, let's go with one leg at a time. You're going to have 1, 3 switches, 2, 3, flex and circle around. Changing legs. 1, 2, 3, flex, circle. 1, 2, 3, flex, half circle. You can also drop your head to the floor here if you want to. I like to have it up some of the time and down some of the time. So the last class I taught, I was talking about how sometimes like whatever I wear and I'm in class teaching and I somehow will see a harmony in the colors I'm wearing with some art on my wall. And I have to say my socks and that painting, they got these blues and purples and yellows. I'm like, oh, and black, there it is. There's the match. It's just an interesting way. It makes the world more interesting and magical for me when I see those connections. All right, let's open the feet wide, internally rotate one leg at a time. So what gives you a sense of wonder? What makes your life feel magical? Like what little connections or ideas give you a little pop of like, yes, that's amazing. It can be very simple. But the color matching for me is one of them. I'm like, oh, look at that. And let's take one knee down and cross your heel over if that feels okay, just hanging out in that, breathing, melting into it. Same thing with the other side. Expansive body, radiating out into space. Feel the back space. Feel the floor underneath you. Let's go back and forth one more time with that. Again, just that idea of feeling what's touching the ground, what's melting down, what's happening in the front of the body, the front of your body. And then switch it to the other side, same thing. And release, bring it in, pick up your butt, give it a little shake. Let's go back up, pressing up. Take your hands, interlace behind your butt, walk your shoulders closer together if you can. Push the floor away. We're going to lift our heels, tippy toes and lower, and then you're going to flex your foot up and down. Tippy toes, lower, flex your foot, lower. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Waking up the lower leg, waking up the calves, waking up the feet, pushing with the back body, up, down, up, down, two more, up, down, last one, up and up, down. Stay there, inhale, knees open, exhale, knees closed. Roll to the outer edge of your foot, inner edge, touch your knees, open it up, close it in. So your pelvis is probably bobbing up and down a little. Try to push the floor away, keep the back body working, push, push, push. Last one, bring it into center, open your arms, soften and melt. And there's the pea pod coming in just almost out of the radar. Pea pod, pea pod. This is the one who scratches Gaylord's nose. And she's the one that I have the hardest time cutting her nails. I did get some of them. Like after the most recent face scratching event, I was like, okay, I gotta make it happen with her. Gotta get those nails cut, which I did for most of them. But it's a battle. The other two don't care. I can cut their nails really easily. Let's come on to our side. Let's do this. Legs in front of you slightly so you're in that Pilates pike. We're going to work a contralateral pattern in our body. So you're going to take your leg back and your arm forward. Find that diagonal and then switch it. Really moving your body. So it's like you're twisting the top and then towards the bottom. Upper versus lower with cross body movement. Oh, hello, plant. Me and that plant. Oh, the pea pod's in there now. Go ahead. Last one. Take it forward. Reach your leg into the back space. Circles in the back space, pointed toes. So top arm is forward, leg is back. Flex and change direction. Good. I'm going to do one more thing here. How do I want to do this? Yeah, you're just going to reach forward and then elbow to knee. Reach it out, elbow to knee. Find the diagonal. Catch that star. Bring it in. Reach it out, bring it in. 1, just 6 more. 2, so we're doing about 10. 3, 4, 5. Last one. 6. Keep it reaching. Your leg is going to touch down to the floor and up. 1, 2, long body. 3, reach into the back space. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab on. Quad stretch. If you can bring your heel to your butt, do that. If you can't, then just take your knee backwards. Both of those things are going to stretch your quad. You can do both. Knee back, heel into your butt. And you're just going to slightly internally and externally rotate that leg. And then you're going to kick back into your hand and bring it in. So as I'm here, I'm just thinking, if there are things that you're not doing in your life that you want to do, get started. What are you waiting for, right? If you're like, oh no, when I retire, I'm going to do this. When this happens, I'm going to do this. I want to learn a language. I'm going to do it when blah, blah, blah. Start it now. Whatever you're planning, whatever needs to happen, now is the time. Don't wait. Get out there. Do what you want to do. Yeah. Release. Shake it out. And roll yourself back and forth. We're going to do the other side, then we'll stretch our hips afterwards. Massaging through your back on that roll. You can take it all the way into a plow. You can stand up as you come forward or take it forward if you want to. Whatever feels good to you. Listen to your body. And if rolling forward and backward is not working for you today, just roll side side. Good. And then you're going to switch it around so you're on the other side. Taking it down. And legs are slightly in front of you. Leg is going to reach back. Arm is forward. Open it up. You can inhale in either direction. I'm trying to aim just under the plant as I go back. Use your breath. Big, deep breathing. Never rob yourself of the breath. Sometimes we think, oh, I need to breathe really quiet. I need to not take up space with my breath. Take up space with your breath. Take up as much space as you need with your breath. Let this stretch the front of your gut body as your leg is reaching back. Last one. Good. Take it into the back space. Circles in the back space. Pointed toes. Reaching long. Feel that stretch in the front of your abs, in the front of your organs. Flex and change direction. It is a gorgeous day here today. Bright and sunny. I was sitting out on the front steps having my coffee because I didn't actually go for a walk this morning, but I wanted to get that sunlight in my eyes. So I was sitting out there for a while and I heard such a ruckus. We're going to go in and out, coming from across the street. It sounded like, like the birds are out there just engaging full forced vitality with the day. And one of them, it sounded like there was a bird stuck in like a drain pipe because there was so much noise. So I wandered over there to see what was going on. And then it just turned out that they were building a nest in her eave. So that's good. At least it's not a bird stuck in the drain pipe. Last one. And then we touch down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach it back. 6. Should feel stretch in the front of your body. 8, 9, 10. Come in. Internally and externally rotate. Breathe. Feel into your body. So when we're on these sidelining positions, I feel like this is usually the best space out place where people are like starting to wander into the rest of the day, as I just did with my story about the bird. So stay present with yourself, or challenge yourself to stay present in your movement as you are on your side body. And just notice what happens there. Like when I'm teaching, like side body, that is space out time for the whole class. Cross body stuff, come into yourself. Like there's different things and you can feel the energy in the whole room. So let's do the hip stretch. We're going to do some arms after that. So I'm going to do both knees. One knee. If you need to just fold the top one over, if you need to just fold one leg, go for it. If you can do both, go for it. Oh, my hips are so tight. Ah, yes. I'm going to circle around. So this is where I feel like people gather into themselves. So see if you can gather yourself in. If you really want to gather in, you can also cross your arms across your chest, right? Bringing yourself back to yourself, calling in your own energy to you to nourish you first. And that is not taking care of yourself, is not being selfish, right? If you aren't giving your own animal body like the things that it needs to thrive for your own health, then you're tapping yourself out and you ultimately aren't helping anybody. It's not a good pattern to pass on to your kids, your spouse, whoever. Like, take care of yourself. I know that's hard if you're a mother or a father who's like a primary caregiver. Let's put it that way. Let's take it down. Or if you have a whole lot of pets. No, just kidding. But sometimes I feel like, oh my God, the plants, the pets, the people. Although I have to say I have a lot of practices of taking care of myself. So and then come up, open it out, take it towards your top leg. And then towards the bottom leg. And come up, spiral towards the top leg. And then the bottom leg. And release that. Unscramble. Give your legs a little bang. Let them realign. And then switch it to the other side. Did I switch it? I think this is it. Yes, this is it. Start with circles. Circling, or maybe it's just a free-form shape. Circling one way, letting yourself pour the bowl of your pelvis around like you're sloshing the soup over each edge. Change direction if you haven't. Bringing yourself in. Again, you can cross over, right? You can do the hug. I just need to come into myself. Call all your energy back to nourish you. When you're nourished, you can send it back out and help other people, do the things you need to do. But when we're undernourished, it's like the more you tap yourself out, it's very hard on your system. Take it forward, and energetically hard on the whole system. Breathe, let go. And people have far more choice than they think they have. I can't like how many times in my life I've thought, but I have to do this thing. I don't have a choice. It's like, well, you actually have a choice, right? You could stay home. You could do something else. There's often a lot more choice than we think. Sometimes we feel like we're up against a wall, but we're just not looking to see that, oh, you could run around the wall that way or that way. You could jump over it. You could climb under it. Like, if you're feeling like you're up against a wall, there's probably a different way to look at the situation from a different perspective. And you're like, oh. All right, come up, open it out towards the top leg. And it can feel, I know, like part of being alive is coming up against these struggles that we have being people. And it's not like you come to a point in life, I don't think, where it's ever like, I don't have this anymore. Everything's perfect. Although I do think some people, as they get older, really get a lot more zen about everything. Spiral. Other way. Good. And come in. Unscramble. My mom's pretty zen. She is generally not super worried about all the things, although sometimes she tells me about things she's worried about. But I think mostly she's kind of like at peace with what's going on. Not that she thinks the world is great and wonderful in all its ways, but she's not fighting at all. All right, let's just do a quick cat-cow here. Curl your toes under, bend your elbows, pull on your mat, arch, and then push, drop, curl. If you want to, you can lift your knees up off the floor. Arch. Again, if you want to, you can pick your knees up. Push, curl, scoop, arch, and curl. You do not need to pick up your knees. You can just do it here. This is also fine. Different things will happen in each way, right? If I pick up my knees, I have less mobility in my spine because a lot more things are working to hold me. Let's come in, open the hands wide, big circles with your heart. Heart, lungs, circling. And change direction other way. And then take it onto your forearms. You're just going to roll across. So I'm pushing into my forearms and I'm opening and closing my hands. So spiraling open, spiral close. You should feel a little massage. Should be a little active massage happening in there. Then hands down, reach your legs out, come into your forearm plank. You're going to step one leg under, open up. You can step across, bring it back, turn it in. Other leg crosses under, second foot or not. Cross under, open it up. I'm like on all of these carpets and floor. It's a real mess that direction. And then turn it around. Cross and open. Yeah, if the fix is easy when you need to fix something, then do it. Take the time to make it feel better, whatever that is. A little sideways walking. Last one. Each side. And come down onto your belly, on the floor. Head on your hands, toes curled under. Push up and down. Relax. Jiggle, let go. Turn your head from side to side. Relax your neck and jaw. Then we're going to take our arms out in front. Opposite arm to leg. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. Inhale. Long body. Cross body movement. Let it go. Circles with your legs. Circling around. You can relax your feet. Relax your hips. Relax your butt. Inner body hydrating and releasing tension. Change direction. Massaging through the front of the quads. Getting that internal and external rotation in the legs, in the hip socket. Let's come in. Hands next to your chest. We're going to do a little circle with your head in a baby cobra. Don't go high if this hurts at all. Just take it easy. Ears are going to go towards your shoulder. You're going to come up toward the other shoulder and down. We're just going to do 3. Little circle around with the head. Third one. And change direction. Only going as high as feels okay. Good. And then come in, relax, wag your tail, shake it out, let it go. And then you're going to bend one leg, grab onto your heel towards your butt. Again, another quad stretch, opening the front of your body. If you can grab your sock, grab your sock. Dharma Mitra, who's a yoga teacher in the city, and he's like very famous and well known. Dharma Mitra used to have people grab their socks and just pull up from there. Reach it out and up. Breathe. Which I thought was a great technique. He was amazing. Is. And release. Switch it to the other side. Bring it in. And then kick it up. Half bow. Reach out. Long body. And release. Come all the way up. Take it back. Surrender and melt in your child's pose. Wiggle around. Free up your spine. Ease in the head-tail connection. Spaciousness in the inside of the spinal cord. So I recently learned, I know I talk a lot about the cerebral spinal fluid, maybe not in this exercise class, but in the somatic classes. And I learned that there's like a channel right down the center of your spinal cord. That channel down the center is where the cerebral spinal fluid is going out, nourishing the system. I think then it comes up out the outside of it to go back. I'm not totally sure about that second part, but I don't think it's going back up the same way. I think it's going down, coming slightly out, up, back into your brain, then flushing out through your system. Facts. Fact check me. Let's do some tricep push-ups. Knees on the floor, just simple. You can take your knees off the floor if you want. Elbows into your sides, chest open, spine long. Going for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it into a downward dog. Walk through your feet, bend one knee, bend the other. Try looking under one armpit, looking under the other. Take one leg up to the ceiling. We're just going to pulse it up. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. Relax. Take your butt back. You're going to shift your butt to the side of your heels and your head goes in the opposite direction. Big breathing. Take it to the other side. We'll come back into center. Roll it up. Bring your legs out in front of you. Just walk your butt from side to side. Take a little walk forward on your mat. And then a little walk back. I would say that arguably this is a really good pelvic floor exercise, right? You're moving your sit bones, you're moving inside of the pelvis, can't really grip horribly and have movement. So let it go, let it move. Walking forward, walking back. And you can see that even if you didn't have legs, you could mobilize, right? You can mobilize just by moving your torso. That's that contralateral pattern moving through our bodies. But it's maybe more of a body half, like I move one side and then the other, but also there's movement in your tissue. Take it down, let go, breathe into it. Picture your muscles getting longer, whole back line of the body from the soles of your feet, up your hamstrings, through the back, up through your head. Breathe into it. And then come in, slide your feet underneath you, take your butt to the ceiling, let your head hang down. In this position, just shift your weight forward and shift your weight back. You can do this with bent knees if you need to. If you can be in straight legs, great. Let your head go. Feel your eyeballs upside down, dropping down, right? So like some hydration coming to the top of your eyeballs. The big ball of fluid that is your eyeball having a different relationship with gravity. Shake your head no. You can close your eyes or leave them open. Nod yes. Bend your knees, roll it up through your spine, coming all the way up to the top. And let's just breathe and shake. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Letting go of any extra tension that you're holding on to, especially in your face, your neck, your jaw. Inhale, open, get big. Exhale, shake. Let it go. Awaken your body to your kinesphere, all the potential movement around your body. And last one, inhale, lift, and let's come down in prayer. So hands coming together, just centering yourself, balancing yourself, coming in, right? Here I am, right here. And that is it for the live stream. TV Land people, I have like over 800 videos. Go into the archives, look at something from 3 years ago. Sometimes I watch things from 3 years ago and I go, I was smart. I often don't remember what it is that I said. I'm like, really? I learned from myself in the past. Because like all of the information doesn't totally stick all the time. You know, it's coming and going, but I'm in sensation, feeling into my body.